everyone. Welcome to our science lab.
Hi, good day, Miss Yasmin. Today we are going to present our scientific thinking skill project, which is what material can block the Wi-Fi signals. And I'm Jamin. We are from Group 6. Here are my fellow members. Suin.
Hello.
Kylie. Hello. Jingming.
Hi.
And Eric.
Good morning.
And I will be starting off my part first. So have you ever thought of this, that have you been frustrated by a poor quality or slow connections? Also, have you ever wondered why and how does Wi-Fi in slow connections? In this science project, one aspect of getting good receptions will be learned which material that can physically block the Wi-Fi signals. Also, we will be learning what is Wi-Fi signal as well. So Wi-Fi signal is a family of wireless networking technologies which are commonly used for local area networking of devices and internet access. It does not need any connection with each other of the cables, and also Wi-Fi device do using radio wave, which are a type of electromagnetic radiations, as well works with no physical wire connections between sender and receiver by using radio frequency, which is RF technologies. And here I will be passing to Kylie.
So let's get understanding about the experiment. I will be explaining on how does the material can block the Wi-Fi signal. Based on research, Wi-Fi signals operate over radio waves, which are highly sensitive to the object surrounding. To block the Wi-Fi, there are many types of materials which give different results by affecting the wave. The type of obstacles material categorized into density, thickness, reflection, and refraction. Example, a non-porous material with high density is hardly crossed through by the radio, and a thick obstacle will immediately weaken the Wi-Fi electromagnet and reduce the signal. A clear glass is ideal in bounce a signal around or reflect the signal away from the house. The next is the step involved in scientific methods. Scientific methods is the process of asking questions, research, and seeking answers through tests and experiment is important to any one field of science. There are 6 steps for scientific methods. The first one is asking a question, which is to narrow the focus of the inquiry to identify the problems. Example, what material can block the Wi-Fi? The second one is do the research. The information gathering portion of the scientific method is based on the done of research before the experiment starts. The third one is formulate the hypothesis, which is collect all the related data and formulate a hypothesis based on the observation. Then we can start the experiment. During an experiment, we designing the step and will test and evaluate the hypothesis and generate an analyzable data. Then, after we have data, we need to analyzing it. We collect both quantitative data, and then the ultimate goal is to prove or disprove the hypothesis. And next, move to the last step is make the conclusion. Conclusion is drawn after analyzing the data. Based on the analysis, the future course of the action can be predicted. If the data found in the analysis is consistent with the hypothesis, it is accepted. If not, then it is rejected, and we need to start from stage 3 again. So I will pass to Eric.
And hello, I'll be starting to explain about the identifications of the problems. So in order to identify a problem, the group has to have a clear understanding and knowledge about the simple related relations that could actually perceive as a problem to the main issue. So for the overall issue for the problem, we understand that at this point that Wi-Fi signals could actually be blocked due to some of the materials blocking it. So by understanding this simple problem, we could actually dissect it and then to identify it through more in detail. So with the problem present is actually from number one, the type of materials that could actually affect the radio wave signals. And second, the range where the material has to be in order to affect this signal. And lastly, which of these materials could actually affect more greater in blocking the Wi-Fi signal. And next would be the hypothesis. And to do a hypothesis, we have to better understand and already identified our potential problems. So this hypothesis is actually to be made in order to predict and how to we could create a new explanation, testing new ways that we could do afterwards. So with a hypothesis present, materials are actually placed nearer to the router to actually block Wi-Fi signals, which is actually dependent on the reflectivity properties that the material has, and which might even cause greater interference to the signal. So in a short conclusion for the hypothesis would be the higher the reflective properties of the materials, the weaker the Wi-Fi signals will be. So hence, for this to test this hypothesis to actually work, we have made dependent and independent variables to be formed. So with the dependent variables would be the Wi-Fi speed, and with the independent variables be the types of material used. And so next I'll be passing on to Cai Jingming.
Okay, thanks Eric for explaining the hypothesis. Now I'm going to explain the progress of experiment that we carry out. First of all, the end of this experiment is to prove our hypothesis. After making sure the hypothesis was settled, we list out the material and equipment that needed. There are 4 equipment and 11 types of materials in total. The 5G Wi-Fi router, table, cell phone for testing use, notebook and pen for record the data. Our team also proposed together that the suitable materials that we're gonna take. There are cardboard, fabric, book, container block, aluminum foil, foam board, ceramic bowl, stainless steel bowl, rubber cutting mat, wood chopping board, and our human body. So after decided the material and equipment, we separate the parts to ensure the experiment can run smoothly. Like Jamie recording the experiment progress, me, Jingming, taking experiment progress photo, Heidi use her cell phone to testing the Wi-Fi speed, and Chop record the result with her notebook and pen, and Eric will be our experiment assistant. So move on to our experiment procedure. Step 1 is the preparation. Before testing, our team prepared the blocking materials to test the Wi-Fi speed. So the step 2 is placing the router on a small table and located it at a suitable place. And one of our members used a cell phone with a Wi-Fi speed testing app test. Our data record also near to the testing area for convenience to record. So after all of the preparation, the experiment started. Step 3 is to test the original Wi-Fi speed for our reference. So move on to our next slide. Okay, that's step 4. The first working material, cardboard, is ready to test. The experiment assistant broke it in front of the Wi-Fi router. After that, we start testing the Wi-Fi speed with the blocking of the cardboard in front of the Wi-Fi router and with our Wi-Fi speed testing app. And when the result come out, the member record it down in the logbook, and for the next 5 to 14 steps, repeat the same on next 10 blocking material. So move on to our next slide. As you can see from the progress photo, the way of putting the blocking material is different depends what form they are. It's also making more fun to our experiment because we could discover the unexpected situation and solve it together. So like the human body, we try the different pose to get the result. So after the step 14, repeat the steps 4 to 14 for 2 more times, which is our trial 2 and 3. So in the end of the testing, record all the data into the notebook and arrange them in the table. So I have done explaining the experiment procedure. So now I will pass to our teammate, Chop, to analyze the data to you.
So for the data analysis part, after all the experiments, we will record down all the result from test 1 to test 3, and this is the original speed for the Wi-Fi. And as you can see from for the graph here, this is the result that we gather 3 tests and come out with an average result for each material. And for the first one, the original speed will be for download and upload will be as normal as what we have used during daytime, and then what we do at home. And then the download part for the stability is 98.7% instability, and for upload part the stability is 98.3%. And the transmitted data, it won't affect too much if let's say the stability is stable. So for the ping will be as normal, is 10 ms. So moving forward to the different kind of materials, like from the table you can see that there's a lot of materials. So for cardboard, books, container box, aluminium foil, foam board, ceramic bowl, stainless steel bowl, cutting mat, wood, and human body, the result for stability in download and is quite stable, and the average is at around 92% to 97%, and for upload is around 80% to 97%. Compared to the original speed is stable, so they won't affect too much when they block the Wi-Fi. And but there's a 2 types of material is quite different compared to others. That it will be the aluminium foil and stainless steel bowl. These 2 type of material are more to like those steel kind of materials, like conductive or reflective material. So their stability, the percentage for these 2 material are quite a big gap between in between the original speed. As you can see from the graph, the aluminium foil and stainless steel bowl is stability in download is like around 95.4%, but is for original speed is 98.7. As then you can see that there's such a big gap. So I can say that these 2 type of material are like can affect the stability of Wi-Fi. And for as from all the materials, there's a one type of materials that have a quite interesting result when we test is fabric. As for fabric result in download, the stability is only 84%, and compared to original speed is such a like there's a big distance in between them. So I can say that the conclusion for this experiment is like all the material except aluminium foil and stainless steel bowl have stable result, and the different 2 type of material is aluminium foil and stainless steel is like reflective materials, and they can affect the Wi-Fi speed. And the last thing is a new finding that I mentioned just now is the fabric. This material has the lowest number compared to others and the original speed, and we found out through online that actually fabric can absorb electric wave and can affect the Wi-Fi speed. So this for what I can say that the fabric is like out of our control, that it come out a very unique and special result compared to other material. And so this will be end of our presentation, and thank you.